It's time to circle back. Right after the 7th of October, some people took a stance. They shouldn't have taken that stance, but they did. And it was, let's be charitable and say, understandable. But now, 4 months later, after everything that they said they were going to do, they have done. And they continue to do worse every day. And we continue to watch horror after horror unfold in front of us. Go back to those same people and see what they have to say now. And you'll learn something. I know a lot of us feel helpless right now, and there's a lot we can do and a lot we can't do. But one of the things we seem to have forgotten to do is have those hard conversations. Because if, at this late date, people are still taking the wrong stance, you need to do something about that relationship. Unless that person holds the kind of power over you where it will destroy your life, you do not need to have them in your life anymore. Is it that deep? Yes, it is that deep. When we talk about the changes that we need to make in our lives for the world that we want to see, for the people that we want to be, we somehow leave out our relationships as if these aren't absolutely foundational and also aren't very telling as to what we really think, what we really believe, what we really are willing to accept. If this is not a deal breaker for you, it says more about you than it does about whoever else we're discussing. What greater statement can you make politically to someone that you are close to than, if you continue to support this, I don't fuck with you? I strongly believe that some of these lines should have been drawn long before now, but this, I mean, you've seen that picture, and like the countless other videos before that picture. I'm not saying that they need to join you on the front lines. I'm not saying they need to be as much of an activist as you are. I am saying that if they are not on the right side, and there is a right side, okay, we have got to stop this idea that nothing is enough to take a strong stand on. If they are not in control of your life, if their presence in your life is optional, and this is not causing you to pull the ripcord on that option, again, it says more about you and your conviction than it does about them. Is that harsh? Yes. Is it uncompromising? Also, yes. Have you seen what's happening in Rafah? And we all know where this leads. This leads to the next great historical evil. I'm sure plenty of you will see this and think that I'm being too harsh. That's up to you. But for me, in my life, there comes a time where you have to put your money where your fucking mouth is. There are some things that are more important than how much I like you, than how well we get along, than the memories we have shared, than the things that we share, the things that we enjoy together, the things we have done together. None of that means anything if you aren't willing to stand up when it matters. And sometimes it takes the threat or the reality of losing access to you for someone to really take notice. You've got to make them feel it. As I've said in previous videos, this is a time to be building based on values. As things become more and more dire, it is going to be more and more important that you can trust that the people you've surrounded yourself with are those with whom you can build, those with whom you can see a world being created that you want to see, people who aren't going to stand aside as you or any other number of people get frog marched off into oblivion, or going to just watch the world collapse into climate chaos without doing anything, while just waving their hands and saying it's above them, it's out of their hands. This is a time to care, wildly, loudly, stridently, and it's a time to reshape everything about the relationships in your life, if that's necessary, because people always ask what they can do, and they're looking for someone to tell them a petition to sign, or some politician to write. Number one thing you can do is start where you are. You remember how they were asking us what we condemn. Flip the script. It's time.